How is everyone doing? We are excited to be here today again to talk about another hack. So like we were saying that we just got done with our fam trip with some of our 20K planner community, and we went to Hilton La Romana. It was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
we had a
really
great
nice.
time, and they really went above and beyond for us, and I was just really grateful for everything that they did for our group.
Great time.
So anyway, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Tammy Santini of TammySantini.com. This is my husband Lou.
Hello.
And I'm actually a destination wedding expert specialist for many years. We've had a travel agency specializing in romance travel, but now we are also helping coach other people to build their own successful and thriving destination wedding businesses. So we feel like there's a missing piece in this industry, and that is marketing yourself the right way, and to be able to be found, and to be able to get those big paydays, to be able to earn those points so that you can travel for pennies on the dollar. And that's kind of where we feel like we fit in helping others to be able to take their business from here to here and to however high you want it to go. I'm going to share another hack with you. So we've been talking to you guys about different hacks to get bridal leads, to attract the right bride. So that is something that we are really passionate about in helping people be successful in their destination wedding businesses. So far we talked about finding your ideal bride, your target audience, and having a better understanding of who she is, right? So that you can better serve her. And then last week we were live from Dominican, and we talked about content and how to create content for that bride that will really be helpful to her, that will really provide a solution to her. And now today we're going to talk more about what we consider a bride bribe. So I don't know, I'm sure that it sounds like from what I'm seeing, most of us are ladies here on the call today. So I don't know if you remember that, back when you were a little girl, you would dream about your wedding day, right? And you might play wedding day with your friends, and put like a blanket on your head for your veil or whatever. Or you might have played wedding day with your Barbie dolls, right? And you had this kind of vision and this idea of the glamour and how it was going to be all about you, and it was going to be this really special moment, this, like the most important thing in your life. Like that's what you're thinking when you're a little girl and you think about your wedding and being able to wear that dress and how it's going to make you feel, and having your Prince Charming and all of those things that we envision for our wedding day. And we have these expectations, right, of what our wedding day is going to look like. So anyway, when we first started our business, we were kind of all over the board. We started a travel agency. Like literally, I thought I needed to know everything about travel to everywhere, and that was a lot of weight on my shoulders. We ultimately decided on a niche of romance travel, but what we discovered is that our language to market to a bride was different than marketing to the masses. It's not the same as just marketing travel. Talking to a bride, offering services for a bride is completely different. You have to approach it differently. Why? Because just like I said, they are envisioning their wedding day since they were a little girl. And when they're playing wedding day, they're not playing, oh my gosh, I gotta whip out my credit card. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get pressured. I'm gonna get pressured to buy this, and somebody's gonna want me to buy that. And then I have to make this decision, and then I have to make that decision. No, they're thinking, this is about me. This is my big day. It's all about me. Honor me, love me, show me love, all of these things. This is what the bride has in mind. And so when they are thrown into this wedding planning process, all of a sudden, everybody's coming out of the woodwork trying to sell them something. And it just reminded me that we have to communicate differently to a bride than we do anybody else out there, because this is a time of that she wants to cherish, that she wants to remember, and she wasn't ready to be thrown into this like decision, pressure, so many choices, whipping out the credit card every other second. Like it's kind of, so they want to do things on their own terms. So that is why Lou and I set up a process that allows them, and this is why we're training you to do the same, a process that's going to allow that bride to take steps with you without connecting with you personally until they're ready to connect with you personally. One of the things that we did in building our business, we call it a lead magnet or a bride bribe. Right. And there are some specific elements that you want that lead magnet to do in order to really fill a void and be a solution to the bride. So Lou's going to share, because this is his specialty, his expertise. He's going to share a little bit more about your bride bribe, the lead magnet, and the types of things that it needs to have so that you are really positioning yourself to be helpful to your potential client.
I just want to talk about a bride bribe. So like what Tami said, nobody wants to be sold to in general anyway, but brides especially, they really don't want to be sold to.
Right.
But if you dangle something in front of them they really want, then they're happy to communicate with you if they're going to get what they want.
Right.
And a lot of times what they want is they want their dream, like we've talked about this I think a couple weeks ago, they want their dream of the perfect wedding day to come to fruition.
Right.
And so there's problems along the way, right? Your bride is here and her perfect wedding day is here, and your lead magnet is going to help her get from here to here.
Right.
All right? It's going to be a piece of the bridge that she can walk across to get her dream wedding done, her dream destination wedding. So, number one, make sure that whatever bride bribe you offer, it's got to give answers to the most common questions that are always being talked about when it comes to planning their wedding or destination wedding. So there are common questions that are always out there for planning destination weddings or planning regular weddings, right? When you have a series of those questions, you can build a bride bribe that answers some of those questions ahead of time, because every new bride is going to have the same, not every bride, but most brides are going to have similar questions. And so what I'm talking about is when you go through the brides you've worked with, or when you're on a forum or you're online, because we've encouraged everyone to get in forums, especially if you're new to destination weddings, get in the destination wedding forum, look at the questions the brides are asking, because that is ideas that you guys can build your lead magnets for.
Right. And guys, again, back to the ideal bride, back to your target audience. It is so important. You do not want to create a lead magnet that is going to attract the wrong bride to you.
Right.
So many people will create something like this and they'll be like, how to plan a destination wedding on a budget, 3 easy steps, or, and you are going to attract a certain type of bride to that. And if those are the people you want to serve, that's great. Then create that lead magnet.
Right.
But if you want to serve somebody who is looking more for something, a traditional wedding, but on location, and they have still that same $25,000-$30,000 budget, then you don't want to create something that is talking about how to save money and how to, plan, how to get a free wedding and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So number one is
to give answers to the most common questions that you get in planning weddings or destination weddings.
So you can create a lead magnet or a bride bribe around like FAQs.
Yep.
Okay.
Number two is give solutions that ease your bride's pain or frustration. All right. So again, if I go back to the toes in the sand and she's been looking online and she's like, oh, I want to get married here. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, but I don't know. Can I get out of the sand? Do they have a platform? I don't know if they do or not. Is there smart? That's a frustration for her. So the same lead magnet is, if that's a frustration and a question, that's a great way. If you can find a pain point that's also a common question, now that's a double bonus.
Right.
Now your lead magnet will hit both of them at once and make you, again, look like the expert to them. I mean, you are the expert, but it makes you the go-to expert.
Right.
When they're ready to contact somebody, they're going to reach out to whoever they trust. And this type of information gets them to trust you. Number three, help your ideal bride move further down her path to have her dream wedding. Of course, I know I've already said that. So three is, again, anything you do to help her. Again, here is your bride. She's here. Her dream wedding is here. So anything you do, any information you can give her that helps move her closer and closer to her dream wedding is valuable information.
Right.
And it's something that she's going to trust you about, and that's going to make her think of you when she wants to plan her destination wedding. Not every single person will hire someone to plan their destination wedding. There's a few DIYers out there that are hardcore. But again, if you're going after people that value service, that are people that use these, especially these millennial brides, they love service. They want a good deal, but they love service. So these are great brides that will hire people to help them. Let's see. Share something important about that your ideal bride needs to understand, believe, or be made aware of to move closer. All right. So sometimes your bride is unaware that she needs a piece of information to help her plan her destination wedding.
Right.
All right. So in that regard, you could use a tactic of more of a worry that she didn't know she had.
Right.
All right. Like, planning a destination wedding, 5 rookie mistakes not to make that could ruin your wedding. Right. All of a sudden, she's like, oh, wait a minute. This is my first 5 rookie mistakes. Well, I don't want to commit those. And she'll get your lead magnet. So sometimes bringing something up to them that they were not aware of that could get in their way of doing of getting their perfect wedding, they're going to want that information because they want to avoid the 5 rookie mistakes or the 3 rookie mistakes. You name it whatever you want. We always say usually between 3 and 7 make it great. I mean, there are top 10 lists which are good, but brides are busy, and so if there's too many things they have to look at, they're going to just move on.
Right.
So if you can get a bride to say, I can't believe I just got this for free, she will absolutely be looking for your next stuff that you're going to send out.
Right.
Because if you're giving that for free, oh my gosh, what's going to happen if she hires you? What kind of service are you going to give her then? So that is a big key in a lead magnet, is make that content valuable enough. Again, you're not telling her how to do the whole thing. And you know what? Even if you tell her to do the whole thing, then most brides don't want to do the whole thing by themselves, right? So even if you tell her how to do the whole thing, she still wants you to do the whole thing. I mean, it's just human nature. So anyway, those are some of the hacks. That's actually a breakdown of one hack so far.
Right.
We're going to be going through all the hacks coming up, and we also actually are going to be, it's not done yet, but we are putting out a free resource that's going to be out soon that all of you can get, called the 5 Hacks to Rapidly Grow Your Bridal Lead, Destination Wedding Leads in this year.
Right.
So we kind of are getting ready to produce it. We have everything all written out in graphics. We just have to actually make a video. We're going to make a video out of it. Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, they're great platforms, and I am grateful that we have them, but they are not your business.
Right.
They're somebody else's business. And we know one of our 20K planners, Planner Society members, suddenly their Facebook account got shut down.
Right.
Overnight. No warning.
Yeah.
Just
so all the followers, everything, all the content.
They lost all their everything. And we already had a plan. He and I had talked about having a plan of marketing to his current. He had 4,000, I think over 4,000 people that liked this page.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. We were going to let them know that he was now doing destination weddings, whoever's involved, or vow renewals, who's interested, let us know. And that was one of our tactics, and now it's gone because they've wiped his. And I know he's been dealing with it for a while, trying to restore that. So that's Facebook could disappear.
Yeah, you want to make sure you get that bride's contact information. Right. So we had it on our website. People would have to put their name and email in order to get access to the video. Then we get notification that somebody downloaded our free report. Yeah. And then they go into, what we suggest is that you then have them automatically put into a sequence of emails that you already pre-wrote out that kind of complement what you created in your lead magnet, and just keep bringing her along that path. And some people, right after they watch or download your free report right away, they're going to be like, I'm ready for a consultation with that person. I'm ready to move forward. Right. Other people need to keep being nurtured.
So I just had someone do this to me today. Today, I just got sent a email that had a post about how to use your authentic, I'm trying to remember what the name, authentic audience, or your authentic shoot, I'm sorry guys, now I can't remember, but it was something that was of interest to me. It was like how to use your authentic, something for stand up from the competition. I'm like, oh, I'll watch that, I'll read that. So it was an email. It sent me that because someone had my email address already. They sent me this email. It's interesting to me. I click on it. I go to the blog post, or it could be a video or whatever. I read the blog post. At the end of the blog post, it has, hey, come and join the Guru Academy. Find out how you can use your uniqueness to make more money. It was perfect. It was all laid out. Email to blog post to lead magnet. And that's exactly what you guys, you would do the same thing. You're writing it, you have a blog post about 5 amazing beaches to get married at in the Caribbean. Well, at the end, you know that anyone who's interested in a destination wedding is probably going to be interested in a beach, but the ones, some of the ones that don't want their feet in the sand are also going to be interested a little bit in that because they want to learn how to use that without being on the sand. And then you have your lead magnet there, how to get married on a beautiful beach without having your toes in the sand. Ooh, I like that. That's better. So there you go.
As he has time to think about it, the stuff starts rolling off his tongue. Heather said that she's creating a workbook and she has questions that they should be asking themselves. So her lead magnet is a workbook for the bride to ask questions. So what is the end result though? What is the end goal of them asking those questions? So how will that help them? What's the benefit for them?
Yeah, Heather, that's important because it's great you're building this workbook for them, and I want to help you with I want to know what the title is going to be, and maybe we can help you make the title real exciting and compelling for the bride. But the workbook's going to have to, again, do something to get them closer to their dream wedding, right? If you're designing those questions to get the bride here, that's going to be perfect. So just ask yourself those questions as you're doing the questions or as you're building this workbook. Will this help a bride, if she answers these, get to here? Or is it kind of like random? If it's random, we'll need to hone it in a little bit because you want them to feel like you're giving them that information to help them get where they need to go.
Right.
It sounds good. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I want it to be successful. So that's why I'm just saying, think about that as you're creating this. Just looking at the questions.
But maybe it's more of a like a vision to help them figure out what their vision is for their wedding. So questions they can, kind of think about to help them get a better picture of what their wedding day is like, because depending on, what it is that you want them, what process, but always think about the end game, the end result is that you want them to contact you. You want them to schedule a consultation with you. So knowing that you want them to schedule a consultation with you, what should they do before that? And what do they need to do? What do they need to understand? What solution can you provide before that so that they will take the next step of consulting with you? And all of those little things that cause worry to them. So in being able to have that ability to help them stay organized is always beneficial.
You can say something, Heather, you can slip in something like, for example, I know how hard it is for you guys for you to know if you haven't been to the resort and you're a little concerned about this, you could even slide in. Now, a lot of brides I work with will do a wedding preview where we'll send them down to the resort. You're planning, you want to use your lead magnet to give them the value and plant a seed of what you can do for them gently, not a sale pitch. But for example, I send some brides down on wedding previews, which really helps them because when they get down to the resort, they're able to see the layout, they're able to choose their wedding venue, and it just makes them feel so much more at peace. And they come back to me and boom, you're not selling them, you're just telling them, this is what I do.
That's something that's an option to them because sometimes they don't know that, if a bride doesn't know that they can go and do a site visit and it's a, discounted rate for them to go and try before they buy type of program. If they don't know it's available to them, then they do have all these worries, right? And so if you can put their mind at ease just knowing that is an option if they have the ability to do it, and then that also just gives them that extra sense of needing your guidance. Like, okay, she knows this. What else does she know that I don't know?
Right. All these things help a lot. And even if you're like, make sure you make a wedding planning checklist For example, when I work with my clients, I will make a checklist for them. You know what I mean? Anything that you can see that's going to make her life easier that you do for your clients, you're not saying, I'll do this for you. No sales pitch. Just, I do this for my clients. I send them a nice checklist and make sure. So anyway, have a checklist. Next, you know, you're not selling them. You're just, though, planting seeds of what you can do for them. Just want to get on and give some helpful information. Once a week, try to help you build your bride leads for this year, since we're in the beginning of the year and want to get you off to a good start. So, and like I said, look for that free resource we're going to be having coming out soon. So hopefully by the end of the week, we'll have it done and ready to go.
All right.
All right, everybody.